then you want to roll it. What? What do you do?
This edge first.
I never did mine like that. Hi guys, I'm Rachel and today I'm here with my own mama and we are going to show you how to make traditional Filipino lumpias or spring rolls. So Mom, tell us what we got to make the Filipino lumpias.
Okay, so we got here ground pork. This one is about 3 pounds. Probably make over 50 spring rolls. We will have half of onions. We're gonna have to cut it and chop it. 2 eggs, 3 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, about 1.5 teaspoons of ground pepper, and a cup of grated carrots.
So Mom, why do we add carrots? It seems like a very random ingredient to add into spring rolls.
Well, we add carrots to kind of give a little bit of a sweetness to the meat, and carrots is such a flavorful taste, and it's a very traditional recipe for spring rolls. Some of the tips that we wanted to share with you is do not open your pastry wrapper unless you're going to use it, because what happens is it gets like really hard for you to use it once it gets like really stiff.
So you can find these at any grocery store nowadays. They're just called spring roll pastry. You can buy bigger size, but usually Filipino lumpias are the smaller squares. And I remember when I was small, always that was my job before I learned how to roll, was to peel these. So Mom, when was the first time you ever got involved making lumpia, and who taught you how to make lumpia?
I just love being in the kitchen with my mom and just watching her cook, and all that actions in the kitchen really interest me.
I remember when I was young, it would always be a lot of people making lumpia together, because usually lumpia is more like a party food. I think some people think we eat lumpia or egg rolls every day, but it's mostly a party food because you can make a big quantity of it for parties, and usually when you make it a couple people are helping you out, right?
That's right. Yeah, and this is a really good way of bonding with your your mother-in-law, your sisters, your daughters, because as good as it may be, it's a very tedious work, because you have to roll it one by one, and it takes a long time. So unless someone is helping you, it will take you quite a while before you finish it.
Okay, so Mom, we're showing everyone the traditional lumpia recipe. So do you make it your own? Do you have a specific that's just Mama Raquel's recipe that you put your own spin on it?
I shot some shrimps and put it in. So that would be my special spring rolls recipe.
I've seen green onion in it. I don't like green onions.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of green onions myself. So this cooking or this white onions will do the job as well.
Have some flavor. Who would you say makes the best lumpia?
I'm biased, so I'm gonna say my mom, and I would say that my sister-in-law, Lori, she makes a really good version of lumpia. I think hers is a little bit more sweeter. She probably adds sugar in it, so that's probably her, her little spin on the lumpia recipe.
Okay, so now we're gonna mix the lumpia filling.
It doesn't really matter. There's no order what you add in first, as long as the key to a really good mix, make sure that it's all blended properly. So what we're gonna do is I'd like to put in my onions.
We're gonna use our hands. That's the way to do it.
And we have 1 cup of grated carrots here. It doesn't matter which carrots you use. It can be the baby carrots or the big carrots. I prefer that you grate the carrots, because what happens usually is when you chopped it, it leaves that sharp edges that usually poke a hole in the spring roll wrapper. I find that there's more flavor when you grate it, because the juice is still there. So we have about 3 teaspoons of salt, pepper, and we have.
Can you use fresh garlic?
You can use fresh garlic, but I don't use fresh garlic only because garlic leaves a very strong taste to the mix. Mix it in first before you put the eggs. You want to make sure that you cover all the meat with all the ingredients. There's a lot of meat and I don't think there's enough salt, so we might have to add another teaspoon of salt.
Like that? More? More?
Yeah. Okay, so before we start rolling, what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up some oil. So I use this medium-sized pan and fill it up to probably about half and start heating it up. You're rolling and cooking at the same time, so you're not wasting any time. You can actually use either canola oil, vegetable oil.
Not olive oil?
No, I suggest that you don't use olive oil. It burns easily. I'll start it with the medium heat while I'm still rolling, and then once you have enough put in the pan, then you can probably hide. Or if you have a deep fryer, you can use that as well.
Now we're gonna roll. This is the make or break of the lumpia game.
Okay, so before we start rolling, make sure that you have your paste prepared. So what I have here, half a cup of flour, add some water, make it into a paste. So make sure that it's a little bit sticky like this. And this is what you use to seal your wrapper.
Okay, so how much would you say? Like, I like my lumpias like a little bit thinner.
I would say a teaspoon would be perfect.
That?
That would be good.
Like a meatball size, like a mini meatball size.
Exactly.
You have the corners like this in front of you on the plate, and put your meat in the middle and spread it out until it's about like what, 3 inches? So it kind of looks like that. Then you want to roll it. What do you do?
This edge first.
I never did it mine like that. I always did mine like roll it. I roll the bottom and then I roll the sides. You do the sides first?
Yeah, do the sides first.
And making it tight is key because when you start frying it, it could unwrap even if you sealed it. So then, get an egg roll.
There you go.
Mom, have you ever seen like something inside a lumpia that you were just like, that should not be in a lumpia?
Oh yeah, like a lot of people put raisins in it.
I like raisins, but not in my lumpia. Sorry if you put raisins in your lumpia. I'm sure it's great.
Okay, we're gonna have to start frying now to make sure that your oil is really hot. Okay, you can tell by
Bubbling.
bubbling.
How long do you need to fry it for?
Till it's golden brown. In this medium-sized pan, I would say probably a good 10 pieces.
So usually you got one person on the fry and then one person keeps rolling. If you're not going to fry them all, you can also freeze a batch and have it in the freezer ready to fry, and they will last good in the freezer for about 3 months.
Now the finished product. So it has to be a golden brown. You can just let it sit in a paper towel to absorb some oil.
So we still have a lot to roll, but we're gonna try it out and see how they are. They're super hot. I'm gonna dip mine in some sweet and sour sauce.
So you can either dip it in chili sauce, sweet and chili sauce, plum sauce. You can make your own version.
It's so good. Alright, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let us know if you're gonna try out this recipe, or if you do make your own lumpia, let us know what you like to put in your lumpia filling. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!
Thank you. Bye.